Hello! It's day 2 in Estonia, and I slept okay, I think. It's because basically what it is Estonia is 2 hours ahead because our clocks went back, and that's not yet happened in some of Europe. So yeah, 2 hours, which means it's technically like, I don't know, 6 a.m. here, and yesterday I was up at 4 a.m. UK time, so I'm a bit like, what is going on? And I went to bed at midnight this time, which is like 10 p.m. in the UK, so it's a little bit, it's not as bad as if I went to America, but it's still a bit like there's something not right here. Also, things like daylight hours are much better here than in the UK. Currently, our daylight hours are horrendous. It's like dark by 4, and just it's so depressing. But it is lovely here. Let me just show you. Let me just show you the lovely view that I woke up to this morning. The curtains are open, and yeah, it's gorgeous. Hang on a mo. Let me just. There's been just to clarify as well. There's been no update on the office. In fact, they're now semi-camouflaged due to the daylight, which doesn't help me. There's a reflection here of some men working on a building, but they're like slightly out of. Yeah, I can't actually see them in reality, but look, there's a man. And then there's also, I noticed this, which made me go, oh Christ, that is the window cleaning thing. Look at that. No, I've seen enough of those in games, and I hate heights, which is why this is a bit sort of like, oh, why? But it's a lovely, lovely view. Over there, you've got some ferries. There you go, there's the ferries. One of them was coming into port earlier. Excuse my shaky hand at that point. I hadn't had coffee, and it's still not brilliant. My shaky hands. They're not great, but that's just how it is. There's also, what's that down there? I don't know, it's some woman posing rather seductively on a sign about Endover. But I did notice down here, oh God, hang on, let me zoom out to find it. There it is. This thing, and I thought, what is it? Is it an arena? Like, it's really quite small, but it's, not only is it a nightclub, but it says Cat House there, right? Which is a concert hall. Oh, it's, what did it say? The sexiest nightclub in town. Hi guys, so we got back from my tour of Tallinn, and yeah, wow, like the amount of culture that's squeezed into such a tiny space is astonishing. We started out with walking some of the streets to see the various different architectures, because obviously there's German influence and Russian influence and Finnish influence as well. We went to look at the War Memorial for the Estonian War of Independence, which kind of was a bit unfortunate because like the year after that they basically got invaded again, and then World War II happened and things like that. So it's been a very long and hard fight for the Estonians, but they showed us some really interesting stuff. She showed us the where the bombings happened in, I think, 1944, she said. Not only did they have a memorial, but they also have markings on the road where the houses used to be. And I think that's quite a nice way of doing it because it's subtle. So if you know what you're looking for, you can look at it and go, wow, okay, this is where houses were. But because it's a general street as well, it doesn't intrude on, you know, general way of life. And it's also very commendable because she said one of the Estonian mottos is "it could be worse," and I definitely agree with that sort of mindset. They have built, they've been so used to it that they've been built up and up and up, and what they've now got is such a diverse looking city that looks actually beautiful, really. So we looked at some of that, we looked at the war memorials and things like that. She told us a wonderful ghost story that the Canadian Embassy has about a woman who was buried in the walls, who sometimes she comes out and attacks men, and so there was some great stories like that. She told us the story of the hedgehog, because one of the Estonians' favourite animals is the hedgehog. There's also the badger, and like that was in a poll, they were voting on possibly their national animal, and the hedgehog and the badger were quite high up there. But apparently the hedgehog helped one of the legends, like equivalent to like our Beowulf, I suppose, or you know, that kind of legendary figure who was trying to stop Satan and the devil and demons from taking over the place. Apparently the hedgehog helped, and that's how he got his spikes. That was the reward, the thank you. So we did a bit of that. We did a bit of walking around, just seeing different sights. We went into like a traditional old school pharmacy, which had amazing shit in it. It had like boiled hedgehogs, I shit you not, dried toads, but then also these really old like Soviet medicines and things like that. And it was just really cool, really diverse, quite interesting. If you're into like anything, like there's bits of medieval in there, there's bits of like 1500s, there's new stuff as well, and it was just really cool to have a little look at. And it's just in a pharmacy, like you can wander in and be like, I'll have a look at that, and then I'll also buy my cough medicine. So yeah, that was some of what we did. We also, obviously, the big thing is we went to the cat cafe down the road. Now the cat cafe, there's like a set of rules. You have to sign like a little thing to say you agree to the rules. Obviously the rules are nice things, you know, that you would expect. Like if you're a cat owner, you'd know, like don't pull their tails. If they're asleep, leave them the fuck alone. Don't poke them. Don't pull them onto your lap. You know, all that sort of stuff. Basically, if the cat wants to do it, the cat wants to do it. There's cats fucking everywhere. There's two that were playing at my feet with a piece of grass, and I was just like, yes, cats. So I've got loads of bits of footage for you guys. I went to the loo and accidentally left. Well, I didn't accidentally. I'm pretty sure I shut it, and I think the cats pushed it open because it's just a sliding door. They got into like the wash basin area, and when I came out of the loo to go and wash my hands, there's two cats sitting at the sink looking at the tap going like, turn the fucking water on, bitch. Like, come on. So I'm standing there turning the tap on for these cats, and they're going like, ooh. And then I get caught, and I'm like, oh shit. Luckily, apparently they do it all the time. They're known for going after the water. So actually, if anything, it was fine. But it was still a moment of like, oh shit, I've buggered up in the cat cafe. Are they going to throw me out? But it's all fine. So yeah, the cat cafe is amazing. Totally would recommend. So yeah, I am now, I don't know what I'm doing now. I think I've had some interviews and things like that for the whole show. They've asked me like what I thought of the challenges. It's like, well, you kind of not told me the challenges purposely because you're waiting to see how I react live, which I'm kind of dreading, but especially since I was like, hey guys, don't sonic boom me. So that means they're probably going to sonic boom me and maybe electrocute me. You'll have to tune in and find out. Well, by then you'll have tuned in and find out, hopefully, but yeah, slightly worried, but what can you do, eh? It's for the good of, in fact, it's not for the good of anyone, is it? Who am I kidding? It's for your enjoyment. It's for your sadistic enjoyment. But let's be honest, I would be watching and enjoying it as well, so fair enough. I might actually, just before I go, I might have another paw leg. Also, I'm on a wheelie. If you hadn't guessed, I'm on a sway, like, rotating chair. Oh, which means I can go all the way around. And I'm back here again. I need to stop now. I'm going. Bye-bye.